Hi guys, you alright? I was about 7 minutes into a video then and my phone just rang, so I'm having to start again. But welcome to Coach Nico Bayeski's YouTube channel. The topic that I want to talk about today is OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. It's something that I'm going to be speaking a lot about through this channel because it's something that shaped me as a person, shapes me to this day, and I've got obviously I have a lot of experience because I had it very badly and I still do have it, but not like it was. Yeah, I am writing a book about OCD. I'm 13,000 words into a book on it already, but it's more just personal experience. This it's gonna be a short book. You know, I'm not a brain surgeon, so I can't start going into how the mind works and all that, and then start making stuff up. I'm not a brain surgeon, but I can only speak from my personal experience what it was like. You hear people these days say, you can't put that there because my OCD, this for my OCD, that for my OCD, and it becomes like a bit of a piss take, and it's just something that I sometimes when I hear that I think to myself, how bad is your OCD, or do you have it, or are you just saying it? Because when I had it, it ruined my life where I live in hell for 3 years from OCD, and I hid it. And when I had a smile on my face, I can honestly tell you, I was a happy person inside, because if I were laughing, I'd still be going back to my compulsions in my head about certain stuff. And it's stuff that doesn't matter. It's stuff that, you can say, oh, just do this, do that. If you've had OCD and you know it, it's just hell. It's just being trapped inside hell. My OCD were that bad, I was probably borderline nearly having to, go into some sort of rehab facility or something, or whatever it is to help me get through it. But I didn't know I had OCD at the time, because I had it badly from the ages of 10 to 13. There's many different types of OCD. After researching the different types, I think most people have a little bit of a type of OCD, but they just don't let it run away. Mine got really bad. If I touch, I'd have the compulsion to like touch a bin, walking past a bin or a tree, and so I sort of would. Sometimes you do something strange like that, and then if I didn't, I'd have to touch it. It might do my head in for a sort of like, a mile past, and I have to go back and touch it, or something like that. I had to do stuff in threes, so if I coughed, it'd be 3 times. Remember, the middle cough would be the loudest, or it'd be a multiple of 3. And if it were a multiple of 3, it'd have to be 3 multiples of 3. But my main 2 types of OCD was in organisation. I was very organised with stuff that didn't matter. I was organising my homework and doing stuff like that, which I should have been. Instead of doing my homework on a night for 3 years, I had a yellow book. It was my holy Bible, alright? And it made me feel really great at first, but it's like a drug. The high was fake. It wasn't a natural high. So I had a yellow book. In the first part of the book, it was my possessions and where they were. So when I wrote them down and I knew where they were, it made me feel good. But as soon as that something got lost on that list, I couldn't sleep. It was horrific. I can't tell you how bad it was. The other part of it was stuff that I needed to do. I remember starting off with stuff that I legitimately needed to do, like do the homework, or put this in, or whatever you need. I can't remember, whatever I needed to do at that age. It might have been a list to do, and I might have had a busy day. I think it might have started like that, and then these things got crossed off. So it felt great writing them on and crossing them off. But then the list got longer and longer, with more and more stupid stuff that didn't matter. Like I remember one time I had like a little plastic barbarian, and I wrote in, and it must have gone down the side of my bedroom under the carpet, which we're never obviously going to get back. And I remember one time spending half an hour trying to get it back, do my head in. So I wrote in the book, get the plastic barbarian, and as I'm crossing other stuff off that I'd done and writing other stuff, on it that didn't make, you know, stupid stuff as well. That one thing would do my absolute head in, because I knew that I was never going to really get it back. It was just too far down this bloody crack, and I was contemplating ripping the carpet up and all that. And then I think I got to 13, and I just chucked the book in the bin. So something must have changed in my head. Something obviously changed, becoming, you know, maturing, coming into an adult. But when I say change, I mean like an actual change. You know, not like on a maturity level, but like like in a chemical level in the head, you know. So because I would have never thrown that book away before, you know. It'd been World War III if I did. But I remember when I did, I felt a massive sigh of release. Like, oh, it was just a great feeling, because I ruined 3 years of my life with that book and stupid stuff that didn't matter, rather than getting on with my actual life and homework and what have you. So I had it horrendously bad, and for people that have it now, it's a seriously bad mental illness. We don't really know what causes it. I've done a lot of research into OCD. It's obviously a lot more common in westernized countries than the third world countries. You don't hear much about it. They think sugar potentially is the cause of it. The fast pace of life, I've looked into what potentially caused it. There is no answer to what causes it, but all I can say, what got rid of it for me was looking at things rationally and trying to not multiply things, but put things into bigger boxes. So for me, I was multiplying every little thing into little tasks. But when I say put stuff into bigger boxes, if I had lots of little things to do that was in topics of, say, cleaning, I'd just think cleaning, rather than find that barbarian, do this, do that, you know what I mean? Now, the main point of what I'm talking about here, though, is when I've got OCD now. I do still have OCD, but I channel it into fitness, and I channel it into goals and things that I need to complete. When my partner was in labour, I have a thing now where I have to go on a 30-minute run, sort of a few times a week, which is not a bad thing, right? Keeps you fit. But she was in labour, and it was a pissing down storm outside at 4:30 in the morning. But it was a day that I needed to go on a run, and to my shame, I had to go on a run. I had to do it. So I'm not perfect. I've still got it, and but it is a mental illness, and I now understand when people need to do silly stuff. You might think that's silly when they've got OCD, but if they don't do that thing, that's going to cause hell in the head, you know. And if you don't understand it, it's bad. If you've got a child that's potentially got OCD, or or a teenager, or anyone you know, try and speak to them about it, because when people have got it, they're embarrassed and they don't want to talk about it. All right. My OCD now is channeled, as I say, into goals, and certain amount of hours every week. I have to do certain stuff, like hours of rolling, or hours of the running, or hours of research. I think that's a good thing, because it's got me far, and I will complete every single goal through OCD, because if I don't, I know that if I don't, it outweighs the balance of doing it, you know, because I have to do it. The pain of going through and doing something like that, how hard it is better than the pain of not doing it through my OCD. It isn't half as bad as it were, because you understand it, and even still, the OCD, if you had a level of 1 to 10, it might be 2 now, and it was like 8 to 10 before, you know. So when I say I've got it, it's not like it were, but I channel it, and I think if you do have OCD, all right, as I say, you know, I can't go into too much detail on it today in just like sort of a 10-minute video, but what I am going to start doing on the channel is when I speak about OCD, is looking at ways to channel your OCD. All right, so just a few little tips, like if you've got any goals and stuff like that. I mean, this might sound a bit crazy to you, and this is definitely not how I think of it, but I do remember when I had it, and this is a common thing from researching OCD, okay, that if you don't do something, you tell yourself in your head something bad's going to happen. All right, if you've got OCD now, if you had it, that'll make complete sense to you. All right, something bad's going to happen if you don't do it, or something unlucky is going to happen if you don't do your things in sets. So if you've got certain goals and things you want to achieve, do those things in them sets, and maybe tell yourself and channel it towards that, and use that philosophy, you know. So there's lots of ways. There is lots of other ways you can sort of channel it. I think if you are dwelling on the OCD and certain stuff that stresses you out, one thing I wouldn't recommend doing is trying to fight the compulsion. That's not going to work. It's just going to make it worse, and you're not going to win. You'll never win. If you need to turn a tap off, don't even tighter or check it 3 times. Do check it 3 times, all right? But don't not do it. But what I would recommend is, I'd say it's like smoking. If you smoke 10 fags a day and you want to stop, try and look at smoking 9 fags every day the week after, and 8 fags every day the week after. If you're doing checking the taps or whatever it is, folding a towel a certain way, do it, and do it as many times as you do, and touch it but only do as much as you're doing now. Don't start doing more numbers and more touching. Do as much as you're doing now, but try and do it less times the week after and the week after. And every now and again, just mess something up a little bit, and then do it normally again. Just so you're just testing it and making. There's lots of ways we can tackle it together, because it's not something that's spoke about a lot. All right, and people that have it. All right, and if you've got it now and you're watching, you're not going to start telling people, the symptoms that you've got, because they're just bizarre, they're just weird, they're stupid, they're odd, and they are, because you're telling people, oh, you have to do this certain thing 3 times, and you have to look that way, quick like that, and touch that 4 times, and then turn around here. They're very strange things, all right, and we don't really know why and what we're doing for. But if you have got OCD, maybe comment on this video and tell me what the symptoms are and what have you. And we'll think it together, and we'll do some more videos of how to channel it and how to change and how to grow from it, because I think, my point of view, it is one of the most powerful things in your arsenal. You should look at it like a good thing, because it means, in a way, you're a passionate person. It's a very powerful thing in your arsenal that if it's channeled in the right direction into growth and progress, you'll go extremely far, okay? I can promise you that. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Went on a little bit there, but if you can comment, that'd be great. See you later.